So, we're canceling Nick, right?
I hate that we even have to talk about this. Why did he use that word?
Because he's a racist, obviously. You can't have him demeaning black people that way.
Isaac, let's not be pushed to something rash here. I haven't even listened to Nick's song yet. Have you?
Well, no, but it's the principle. I don't care how or why he said it. He said it. He can't be saying it. Rhythm be damned. No excuse. It's time we acted like a committee against racism and took some action about.
Isaac, let's just listen to it, huh?
I can't. I don't want to.
Isaac, we have a duty on this committee to listen to the song in order to respond to it. To lash out against him for saying the N word in his song without even having heard what context he said it in would be equally as ignorant. We have to lead by example.
Guess you're right.
Okay, Jaquan, can you play it for us? You have it queued up, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough.
Misappropriation of black culture, 100%. He said the N word twice.
Yes, Isaac, I agree. He was just imitating black rappers for clout.
Well, it's settled then. I'll post something in Rally Twitter so we can cancel Nick for the racist he is.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going that far. Not yet. It seems like his actions came from misinformed intentions. I don't think he wanted to be racist. He's just ignorant.
He said the N word.
Believe us, Isaac, we know.
But then he's a racist. There's nothing more to say about it.
Of course, there's more to say about it. We can't just operate on a knee-jerk reaction like a cornered animal. Now, I don't want to be making excuses for him because I obviously don't like what he did. But we can't just jump to conclusions about him. The way he used the word seemed ignorant, not hateful.
Unless we give him a chance to explain himself, we'll never know.
I agree. I say we talk to him ourselves.
Well, I say we go to the principal and get Nick thrown out.
Isaac, think. What good would that do? Nick would just be more set in his ways and maybe even double down on his use of that word after being attacked by black people and one hot-headed bizo. Not to mention, you really think our white principal and our white school board funded by a white town would kick him out over a song? It's his constitutional right of free speech, they'd say, or make up some excuse about artistic integrity and slap him on the wrist. If that.
If that.
I'd much rather explain to Nick why what he did was wrong and ignorant. Eliminate a racist without eliminating a person.
Not to mention, if we did try to take some public action against him, we give him no chance to redeem himself.
So how do you want to approach him?
Well, we can talk to him while we're working on that anthropology project we were assigned today.
You still want him in our group? After what he said? Well, if not the school, we could at least get him thrown out of the group for what he did. Say that we're offended and don't want to work with him.
Isaac, that's not happening. The whole point of this is so that we can work together with Nick to help him combat this ignorance when we see it. I know you and Nick have a history together, but don't let that anger blind your judgment.
Well, I'm just trying.
Did he just leave? What just happened?
I think his internet just went out. Wait how long it takes until he texts me. Wow. Yep. There it is. Yep. Internet out again. I was right.
Should we wait for him?
Oh, no. Whatever will we do without the white guy? I think we can keep going without him.
We need to make Nick sensitive to the situation. We have to get him to understand why that stigma exists and why white people don't say it.
You're friends with him, right?
I mean, kinda. Not really. I say hey when I see him in the locker room.
Enough that you could believably have listened to his music and liked it?
I guess.
Okay. Here's my proposal then. You text Nick and tell him you listened to his song. You say you liked it, but you found the use of the N-word inappropriate, and you want him to take down his music video.
Right.
Is something wrong?
I just don't feel comfortable confronting him like that. I just got to ENHS.
Well, don't you think we need to address this?
Of course, but I mean, he's an upperclassman and I'm just a freshman and an exchange student at that. Not to mention, if we ask him to remove the video, that's equally noticeable public action we're taking against him. It's like censoring him. He must have worked hard on that song, not to mention the music video, and he must be proud of it, otherwise, he wouldn't have posted it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I mean, I hate that he used that word, but I don't think that it was used hatefully. I don't want the whole thing to blow up and just be a stain on his reputation because of an ignorant misuse of something he doesn't understand.
Well, if he handles taking his video down responsibly, I don't think it has to be. That's why we're doing this instead of outright trying to cancel him, like some people. I don't want to eliminate the person, remember, just the racism. And I agree. I don't even really think what he did was racist in intent, just an execution. I hope and truly do think this will be an easy fix.
I just still really don't want to be the one to confront him on this.
I hardly know him.
You're the president of the committee, though. You asked me to join. Why does it have to be me? So you don't know him very well. Don't you try and educate random anonymous asshats on the internet all the time? Why can't you talk to him about this?
Because I like the song. It worked. Like the song really worked. And to be completely honest, if I had heard it on the radio, I wouldn't even know he was white. It just feels weird to be condemning him on this just because he is white. The word held no negative connotation in the way he used it. It was as if he was saying, dude.
But he should have just said some other word like dude then. Something that isn't the N word. I mean, he can't be saying it. That word is awful.
Right. But it seems neither of us want to confront him on this. If we don't speak up about this, who will?
You know who.
My God, you're right. It can't be Isaac. It has to be us. We can't just let him seize the moral high ground here and speak for us.
You know he isn't on the committee for us, right? He does it
For
for himself.
Yeah, to make himself feel better. I know. Like a lot of people overcome with white guilt. I guess it's better than nothing. I'm thankful for the help, but I don't want him speaking for us, and I definitely don't want him getting offended for us.
Agreed.
So then, how do we handle Nick?
I don't know.
Come on. We have to think. Well, if we don't want to have him take the video down, but we want him to stop saying the word, we need to get him to understand not to say it.
Right.
So we have to reach out to him and work with him to get him to understand why he shouldn't be saying that word. And we have to publicly pardon him in the meantime so Isaac doesn't overstep and take charge.
Okay.
So we give Nick a pass then.
Wait. Wait, what?
Think about it. Neither of us want to get the school involved here. They won't get it. They'd maybe suspend him, but then he'd never get a chance to redeem himself if they do. He'll only be more set in his ways and maybe become actually racist after having been attacked by two of the only few Black kids in this whole school. But we as a committee need to respond to this situation somehow. Now, I know it's a bit counterintuitive, but stick with me. If we let him use the word for his song, give him a public pardon, a pass, he can keep making his music, and we can get him to want to stop using the word in future songs. We can phase it out naturally and preserve his music and reputation through our own involvement.
I don't know about just letting him say it. This plan sounds less like eliminate the racism and keep the person, and more like let the racism persist and maybe it won't be that bad.
What alternative do we have? You and I both want to get him to stop using the word, but neither want to interfere with him or his song. This plan gives us a reason to talk with him, and not in an overly confrontational way. It also lets us oversee his use of the word.
Shouldn't we at least text Isaac before?
Isaac just wants to make a public spectacle of Nick. That's authoritarian, and not to mention, he doesn't even have the authority to do it. I want to solve this problem our way.
It seems like your way at the moment.
I'm open to other suggestions.
No, I guess you're right. I think the best way for us to get him to understand why he can't say the N word without turning his video into a swan song.
So we give him a pass to allow him to keep using the word in his music.
I guess I can text him and let him know that we, as a committee, weren't a fan of it, but he can keep saying it.
Make sure you make it clear, only in his music.
Right. Do I have the right to police what he says in private?
Well, I mean, just say that he can keep using it in his music, but that in general, he shouldn't be saying it. I guess it doesn't really matter if he says it when no one's listening. Just tell him in general, just don't say it.
All right, sent. Man, Isaac would hate this.
Isaac isn't black.
Ugh, wrong place, wrong time.
Harsh.
Well, you just have to understand, that's just the way they did it. I mean, if they captured a prisoner, that was it. It had to happen. You were done. And you were in the wrong. A public showcase was made of what it meant to go against the grain of society. To be an outsider.
I think I'd rather kill myself before letting that happen to me, though.
Well, I guess it was different back then. If you were caught, you were done. Luckily, we live in a much better era.
Internet and stuff.
I think Sharina was more talking about not being torn open and thrown down a pyramid.
Oh, well, yeah.
Imagine what they were thinking.
What do you mean?
Like, as they're at the altar on top of the pyramid, like nowhere to run, 5 or 6 guys holding you in place as you walk towards your brutal death. No escape, no changing anything. You're boned.
What do you think?
I just said what I.
No, not you. Nick.
What?
What do you think about the ancient Aztecs? About the people they sacrificed and ate? What's your opinion on all that?
My opinion? About what? Seems pretty cut and dry. They did it. Okay. And?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to include you in the conversation. I mean, you must have some ideas.
No, I really couldn't care less about these Unga Bungans. I mean, how do we even know they actually did it? It's not like anyone took pictures.
Well, because they wrote it down, Einstein. This is an anthropology course.
Okay, whatever, kid. I heard I could take this course and it wouldn't have too much reading. I'm just here because I have to be. I have more important things to do.
Nick, the reading's like 10 pages. It's really not that much. Most of this we discussed in class. Have you been paying attention at all?
I mean, no. But at least I didn't accidentally take this class thinking it was a fashion course. It's not even spelled the same.
You thought it was cute at that time.
It was stupid.
You're such a dick, Nick.
Hey, guys, can we get back to the reading?
Sure. Nick, you want to read up for once?
No.
You're insufferable.
Guys, please, let's not fight.
Hey, thanks, my man. Glad someone appreciates me and my lyrical talents.
Are you talking about your song? Well, since you brought it up, you're being asked to come to one of our diversity club meetings to talk about your stupid song.
Isaac, he knows. Jaquan texted him last night.
Oh, I mean, you're still in trouble for using the N-word. Don't think for a second that you could just...
Isaac, cool it. We'll talk about this later. Nick is fine to say whatever he wants.
What? You out of your freaking mind? Secretary's club. Appreciate it.
Yes. Hello.
Isaac,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess I must have heard wrong. Although I'm sure I heard right. You guys, you're letting him say the N-word?
Not like freely, no, but in his song, yes.
You're okay with his song?
I'm not.
Who the hell are you to judge?
Well, I am the secretary for the Committee Against Racism. And
Isaac, come on. It's all right. He's cool.
What? Sharina, you're not just gonna let him...
The only one that seems to have a problem with it, Isaac. Just shut the hell up.
It's totally inappropriate for him to be saying that word, Sharina.
So where were we? Some rituals.
Isaac. Jaquan and I both said it's fine. Will you drop it?
But I thought you had said we'd postpone what we were gonna do with this
Isaac,
situation.
shut up. It was decided without you, okay?
So those rituals. Let's see here.
Right. The sacrifice rituals. It was thought that the blood of others would, like, psych up the warriors. So to make good future soldiers, the mothers would rub the blood of the sacrificed on their nipples and breastfeed so even the youngest could begin strong.
Ew.
Nice.
Ew.
So obviously they valued strong individuals who would fare well in war. What else about them?
Well, they would throw down the pieces of the body to a group of villagers below that would drink the fresh blood and begin to prepare the meat for eating. You know, like in soups and stuff.
Damn.
And
I don't know. Could someone else do some reading? I feel like I'm pulling most of the weight around here. Need a minute to process.
Okay, I'll read.
you know what, Isaac, all you've done is make this more complicated than it needs to be for everyone. And more uncomfortable. Jaquan and I are handling this the way we see fit, and that decision doesn't have to involve you. I'm tired of the way you always seem to want to incite conflict.
Guys, please, I really don't.
Incite conflict? What do you mean?
You just got Jaquan and I all fired up.
Fired up? Jaquan? Oh, he isn't fired up. He just doesn't like it when other people get fired up. You know, like how you are now.
He had to ask you to stop.
Stop what? Stop being shocked and offended that Nick said the N-word? How was I the only one who found that offensive? I'm not the one who just said the N-word here.
Isaac, racism is definitely a problem, but so is being a general asshole and not knowing when to just drop something. And don't think you're more offended by this than we are.
I'm trying to fight ignorance and closed-mindedness where I see it. We just read about Martin Luther King Jr.'s thoughts on the white moderate and how sitting by is even worse in some ways.
We are not sitting by. And newsflash, Isaac, we aren't white. We're dealing with this the way we have chosen. The most closed-minded person in the Zoom call right now is you.
Well, I guess I'll just go make some shitty mumble rap video littered with culturally insensitive slang words then. That's what's cool now.
I did not say that's cool. I said it's cool or he's cool or whatever I said. It doesn't matter. It's not cool. It's just all right. It's okay if he says it. It's not cool.
But to be clear, he can say it and you can't.
But why?
You don't need to know why. It's under control.
Sharina, I don't get it. You've always been one to stop people from saying that. I mean, we've been friends since kindergarten, and you've never been the kind to let people go ahead and say
None of
these
that
types.
matters. We told you already that Nick can say it. Why don't you just let him mind his own business and you mind yours, cracker?
Well, Maybe I don't want to.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Isaac, what the hell?
Well, apparently white people can say that word here now.
You can't.
Well, why not? Well, that's stupid. You already said it. How can you say I am not supposed to say it when you already said it and you and I are both
Isaac.
on the committee? Yeah?
I can't believe you. You're Mr. Tight Ass about not even wanting to watch a video you know has the word in it, but you use it on your friend? Nick got special permission from me to say it in his music. I gave him a pass so that... What the fuck is that?
It's my pass.
I just said you had a pass to say it. I didn't give you some golden-plated bullshit. That's not okay.
Well, I thought it'd make it official. A prop for next video, right?
Oh my god. We have to talk about that later.
Guys, can we just get back to the project? I have debate club at 7.
Right. Sorry, Jill. Isaac, just don't say it. Nick, please don't put that in your video.
Hey, Rena. I'm sorry.
Let's just get this done. Jill has to leave.
Thanks, Sharina. I'm sorry that he said.
You know what, Isaac? Sorry doesn't cut it. I can't believe you would even think of saying something like that to me. Isaac, you know the history behind that word, how much it hurts, and how absolutely unacceptable it is for a white person to say it unless given permission. You don't even know what I'm going through right now. You can't know what I'm going through right now because you're white. You're white. And so you're not black or even brown. And you have totally crossed the line. I thought you were my friend. That word hurts and carries with it the baggage of centuries of oppression and societal beatdown. And you can't say it. You just can't say it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sharina, really, I am. I'm sorry.
Let's meet again tomorrow? Finish it then?
The night before it's due? I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Sharina, can you stay on for a second?
Okay. Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow, I guess.
See ya.
Well, that was shocking.
Oh my God.
Isaac said the N-word. I mean, he was really gonna say it. He stopped himself, but I mean, clear as day, he was gonna say it.
Jaquan, he's not our ally. Not really. I'm shocked and upset and offended by what he said. I always thought he stood by my side, more for himself than for me. Maybe just because he liked me. He had a huge crush on me in the 4th grade, but that? How can he say he cares and go do something like that?
I mean, it just proves it's all for show. He wanted to attack Nick for something he's guiltier of. And allowing Nick to say the words seems like opening up Pandora's box. Isaac couldn't resist the temptation once Nick had already crossed the line. Something tells me this is going to snowball, quickly and dangerously.
Well, did you see how Nick reacted today to all of this? He clearly understood, and he cringed when Isaac said the word.
What about that stupid card he made?
Shit, I forgot about that. Well, I think you handled it well. If it comes up again, I'll say something. I still want to talk with him more about this anyways, though. Maybe if Isaac doesn't go stealing the show again, I don't know.
He really needs that spotlight, huh?
He's always been that way. For as long as I can remember, he's always been the one who needs the credit for everything.
I feel like Jill's gonna tell the whole school about what happened today.
No. You don't think she will, do you?
I don't know. She's pretty popular from what I can tell. She could if she wanted to. She did seem a little timid about sharing her thoughts, though. I don't know her too well, to be honest.
The last thing we need is another problem. I'm kind of surprised. Isaac hasn't texted me yet.
I think he's embarrassed. Nothing went his way today, and he let us know it. He let you know it. And he can't take that back.
I'm sure he'll try.
So the elderly would fight one another for the privilege to drink the fresh blood of the sacrificed? Ugh, I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, they thought it would help make them younger, I guess.
Oh, like exfoliating cream.
Of course, you would think it's like that.
Why did you say that? Isn't it like that?
Never mind.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Sharina, I said I was sorry. What else do you want from me?
Sorry doesn't cut it. Just, can we just please get on with the project? Nick, what do you think? Nick?
Nick's mic is muted.
I can see that. Nick, your mic is off.
Pretty sure he's just pretending to not know.
Nick, quit weaseling out of shit.
Jill, it's no use. Why don't we just leave him alone?
No, why should I? What? He hasn't done anything yet, and the presentation is tomorrow. What is he even gonna do once he gets up there? Talk about bloody breastfeeding?
Wants to, he can.
Thanks, Rena.
Ugh, now he wants to come back. Nick, help us.
I have been helping. Just yesterday, I flexed my HR skills and helped to dispel the rising tensions in this group when Isaac got all racist.
What? You started it. And if anything, you only made it worse.
Guys, please.
What the fuck up, Isaac? I thought you were sorry.
I am sorry for saying it, and I'm sorry for upsetting you, but I still don't get why he can say it and everything's fine.
He has a pass.
But why? Why does he have a pass? And why? I don't. Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Isaac, I don't have time nor patience for your bullshit. Just say whatever you're gonna say. Don't hide it.
I don't get why you can say cracker and not expect a similarly racially charged response.
Everybody knows cracker isn't nearly as bad as the N-word.
Why not? They both elicit memories of slavery in a time where race really meant something. I mean, it still means something, but there isn't any more racially motivated slavery in this country. There is no segregation. There are no Jim Crow laws. Cracker? Referring to the one who cracks the whip, guilts white people into being ashamed of our slave-owning past just as much as the N-word triggers black people into shared memories of those terrible times.
You're white. How can you possibly profess to know what it feels like when a black person hears a white person say the N-word?
Isaac, maybe just
Look, I just don't want you saying it. When you almost said it yesterday, I felt like it's wrong. Nick has the pass. It's only okay when he says it because he's only saying it in a song with no aggression or hate. There's something to be said for artistic integrity here. It's when it's used to hurt and demean someone, like how you did directly to me yesterday with it, that there's a problem.
Isaac, really. That was out of line.
I'm sorry, Sharina. I shouldn't have said it. I just felt there was something really wrong with Nick being able to say it, and I just wanted to illustrate that point. But you two are apparently convinced there is a time and place for white people to say the N-word? I don't get to comment on that.
No, you can speak however you want, but you need to stop taking such drastic measures and trying to politicize and scrutinize everything anyone else does that isn't in line with what you personally find to be agreeable. And not get so overly aggressive in defense of someone else who's already handling this.
It's not even your concern, Isaac.
But how? How is this not my concern? You can't say the words, you're white.
I wrote this song to celebrate Black culture. Jaquan and Sharina see that. Why can't you?
Bullshit. You're not celebrating anything. You're asking for forgiveness instead of permission since you know you'd be denied it. You're a racist.
Isaac, I didn't call my friend the N-word. I just said it in a song.
I'd hardly even call that a song. It was a lazy, uninspired, and insensitive piece of garbage.
Take that back. I worked hard on it. It was art, and art for a good reason.
I've heard better sounds coming from an outhouse.
Isaac! Nick! Stop with this shit. Neither of you can say the N-word, and neither of you even understand why. You're both totally oblivious to the problem you profess to know so much about. Now shut up!
No, Jaquan, I'm just trying to... I don't want...
Isaac, I'm serious. Shut up. God, this is ridiculous. Let's just get this project done.
That went really well today, guys.
Yeah, actually, much better than I thought it would.
I don't get why we need to meet again after the project. Like, this is such a waste of time.
So we can fill out this reflection sheet for extra credit, Nick.
Well, if everyone thinks we did so well, then why do we need the extra credit? Not to mention, Mr. Jones is just going to sit there reading 10 after 10 after 10 in every category. I mean, why would anyone grade themselves less than perfect?
I think it's less about deciding our own grades and more us realizing in what ways we can improve, making ourselves better for next time.
I think honesty is also a big part of it. The more we're honest with ourselves, the better we'll probably do.
Well, all right then. I think I'd better give everyone lower than a 10 in that case. Let's see. Jaquan will get an 8.
Nick, I think that part's supposed to be confidential.
And Isaac will get a 6.
Fuck you, Nick.
Of course, I'll get a 10.
Nick, really, come on.
Sharina will get a 9.5.
Oh, thank you.
And Jill will get a 10 too.
Whoa,
What?
whoa, wait. Why does Jill get a 10 and I only get a 9.5?
Yeah, you said you weren't giving out any 10s.
She just did more in the presentation. I want to be fair and honest like you all said.
Now, hold on. Jill was great and all, but she only had 2 slides. Sharina had 5.
Yeah, were you even paying attention during the presentation, Nick? Like, seriously, how could you say that? Nick?
What? Nick? Really? Not the time for jokes.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, what?
Wait, are you serious? Oh my God, you're serious. You think grading me a 10 will make me forgive everything you've done?
Well, I mean, 10 is, it's a pretty
Wait
good
till you guys see this. I'm sending a pic in the group chat right now.
What? No. Why?
Oh, this ought to be good. Wow. Us 2 10s go to Olive Garden? Nick, that's got to be the most pathetic thing I've ever read.
Isaac, fuck off.
Nick, you think a fake rating on a presentation and a date to Olive Garden are gonna excuse your song?
Well, I mean, Jaquan and Sharina said it's okay to use it, and they gave me this pass since they like the song, actually. And well,
Nick, I don't care what they think of it. I told you I don't like you saying it at all.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's just...
You had no right saying the N-word in your dumb song.
Well, you have no right to tell him he can't say that.
What? Why not? I'm Black. I just have as much as a right to police the use of the word as you.
I'm not policing the word. I'm trying to get him to understand the word and what it means.
Bullshit. There's nothing about that word he'll be able to learn. He isn't Black. He doesn't get it like you and me.
You don't get it either.
What? I'm Black. How can I not get it? I live it. No amount of studying or working on a stupid committee will make me get it any more or less.
Being Black and not being on the committee is like not caring.
Oh, just because I'm not on your stupid self-made committee, that means I don't care. I just have much more important things to do with my time. I'm on the debate team, the track team. I do math leagues. I don't have time for your club.
Can you not make time for it? This club's important.
Honestly, because of jokers like you, Isaac. People think it's this all important things that need to be talked about constantly. When Nick made that song, I broke up with him. I dealt with that problem myself. I don't need a committee to do that for me. I'd rather focus on making myself looking better for colleges, spending extra time studying.
Oh, yeah, studying, right. You have plenty of time. Up until a few days ago, all that extra time was spent sucking on Nick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, let's not get into this. We've gotten sidetracked enough already.
Later, Jaquan. This is important.
God damn it! No, it isn't. The song. What we've been trying to deal with this whole time. That's what's important. I'm tired of letting Nick off the hook because of the project or because some bullshit with Isaac or whatever else. Stop cutting me off and stop speaking for me, Sharina. I agree with Jill. Nick shouldn't be saying it. And Sharina, I don't want to be giving permission for him to say it. It's offensive, it's wrong, and I'm putting my fucking foot down. Nick, tear that shit up right now. Tear it up. On camera in front of me.
But Jaquan, this past proves what I did wasn't racist, that my song wasn't meant to offend anyone. And
If you
well,
don't
I'm
shred
not
that fucking thing right now, I'm gonna walk over to your house and rip both you and the pass in half.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's gone.
Oh,
I think a few apologies are in order.
I'm sorry.
To who? For what?
I'm sorry, Jaquan. I'm sorry, Sharina. I'm sorry, Jill.
For what?
I'm sorry that I was using the N-word.
Why?
What? Why?
If you can't answer that question, then you're only sorry because you got caught and we called you out on it.
I'm sorry because I took what you trusted me with and abused it. That I didn't give enough thought about using it in my song. I shouldn't have done that.
and where's my apology? You saying that stupid word started this whole thing and lost me my friends.
Isaac, why do you always have to butt in? It's not about you. You don't need an apology. Nick is finally starting to come around. And now you interrupt again?
Isaac, really? You've been like super toxic and counterproductive.
Counterproductive? All I've been trying to do is help, but nobody will let me. And Jill, you who were invited to join this committee, you didn't even want to. Why all of a sudden do you care? If you don't have time, then leave. The only reason you're even here is because Mr. Jones had to separate you from Kat's group. This doesn't even concern you.
This doesn't concern me? Of course it concerns me. He wrote that stupid song for me. And this doesn't concern me? I've been cut off like 4 times in the last 2 days. I'm tired of pretending this doesn't concern me.
Wait, Nick wrote that song for Jill?
Yeah. It was for Jill. It was supposed to be a gift, but she broke up with me. I mean, that's why I was so excited about the pass. I thought it might help me get her back if I could just justify what I did wasn't racist.
You didn't know he wrote that song for me?
Well, no. I guess it seems kind of obvious now.
Well, maybe you would have known if I had a chance to explain myself. if I hadn't just felt the need to shut up while those whose opinions mattered on the subject spoken about this, while those in the committee talking about their word, even though I was the primary subject of the exchange. Nobody would have had any issue with this if you all hadn't made such a federal case.
The whole point was to avoid that. Too late now.
Well, it's our duty to draw attention to injustice like this.
Just like it's your duty to make a scene in the middle of class when watching the I Have a Dream speech, Isaac. Crying and babbling like a complete idiot. If you had just let one Nick did slide, there would have been literally no issue.
You know that's not true.
I don't see why not. I was already giving him an earful about how ignorant that song was, but you had to come in and complicate things, giving him permission to say the word. How fucking ridiculous is that? What right do you have?
We were only doing that for his music, only the one without the hard R and with no hate behind it, to try and make sure that he was really
I
getting.
don't care. None of that matters. Your explanation is immaterial. Nobody should be able to say it, and I don't care whether it had the R or not.
A white person shouldn't be saying that word in either form.
That's my point. I don't care if it's the watered down version of the word, which gets used in jokes and songs and everything. It's still a hateful word. I don't see why we shouldn't have nobody say it in any form. If nobody said it, then we wouldn't have this power over us. If people weren't so touchy about it, we wouldn't need a fucking committee to handle this shit. We wouldn't have problems like these.
No problems? Jill, you know that word is just a racist word, right? That racism would have still exist if they had made the N-word noodles. Well, even if that word had never been used, there still would have been the KKK and slavery and segregation.
I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about now, here and now. And that word, despite being used just as a sentence filler or for fitting in with the rhythm of a beat, it's still a constant reminder of the terrible past. If we took that word away, we wouldn't have problems like these.
Not at all. That word can't be taken away. No matter how hard you may try, you'll never take that word away. That's why it's embraced so much, so we can acknowledge and engage with that past in our own way. And not just to face the KKK and the horrible racism, but to remember the glory of fighting back against it, to remember the struggles of Rosa Parks and the triumph of Barack Obama.
Sharina, I like what you just said, but I've always hated hearing that word. Personally, I would rather a world where nobody says it.
You don't mean that.
I do mean that. Don't speak for me. It makes my skin crawl every time I hear that word. I think we were right to turn the other cheek in this situation, but unfortunately it got slapped too. Sharina, the way you view that history isn't the same way I do. When I hear that word, I think of my ancestors who heard that word and knew they were going to be beaten every time they heard it. I think of my great-grandfather and who heard that word and knew he was going to be next told that he was in the wrong park or the wrong bathroom or the wrong drinking fountain, or be told that he had to move to the back of the bus.
Right. But think how far we've come. Look at us today.
What about us today? Today is what I'm most disturbed by when I think of that word. Me and my family have to worry every time we hear that word. Who's saying it and with what intent? Just because racism used to be more blatant with white hooded guys burning crosses on our lawns doesn't mean it's not as bad.
What's still that bad?
The ever-present fear that some random act of racism can pop up at any moment and end with me dead. I cannot get the voices of the mothers out of my head. I can't help but stop and wonder what my mother would say. A million cameras in her face. as she's crying over the news that I had just been killed by some racist like Derek Chauvin,
Who's Derek Chauvin?
the devil that killed George Floyd.
Why do you choose to say the cop's name when everybody knows the victim's name?
Because I don't want to just hop on the bandwagon with everybody. I want to do what's right and not what's popular. I don't want to glorify the victim. I want him to be remembered, but not as a victim. I don't want Chauvin to get off scot-free for what he did. Hitler won't be forgotten for his evil, so why should Chauvin be absolved of that kind of hate? He's who we're mad at, and the other crooked people abusing their power to keep us down. People like Chauvin are the ones that come to mind when I hear that word. I don't want to let history forget his name.
I never thought about it like that.
Oh, you never think at all. And Jaquan, if that's really how you feel, then why were you so ready to let Nick off the hook?
I didn't kill anyone.
No, but you did something terrible, and it seems like I'm the only one here who wants to hold you responsible for that.
I wanted to. The pass was Sharina's idea.
You agreed to it.
I was pressured into it.
You forced Jaquan to do this? Oh, no wonder the decision was made without me. I wouldn't have let her trounce you like that, Jaquan.
I don't need your protection.
Isaac, it doesn't take a genius to see you just want to get Nick in trouble for personal reasons and get someone canceled for the guilt you yourself feel.
Should I not have white guilt?
Isaac, crying in the middle of a Black History Month lecture is a little more than white guilt. It's obvious this is an act.
It's not an act.
You pretending to care more than we do is insulting and demeaning, Isaac. It's obvious.
Isaac, we don't need nor do we want your help. It's fake and pretentious. You think you know what you're sorry for, but you don't. At least Nick doesn't pretend to know. You wouldn't even give him a chance.
About that, what did giving Nick a chance accomplish? No, really, what? All it did was create more headache for everyone and cause you all to turn against me. You know what? Actually, I think I'm done. I wrote down my evaluation. I'm done here. I'm done talking with you all when all you're doing is attacking me. I've had enough of this headache. I'm leaving.
Isaac, Nick has nothing to do with what you did. You can't just leave.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think that was his internet.
Well, that really says it all right there, doesn't it?
Mhm.
What?
That he can just walk away from the problem like that. That he has the luxury to do so. Not have to deal with the headache of racism and what it takes to confront it, as he just so grossly understated.
I'm kicking him off the committee. This isn't a cause that benefits from people like him, giving disingenuous and over-the-top attention to.
Glad we can agree on that.
I'm gonna take down my video, I think.
Why the sudden change of heart?
I think I realized how much I don't know. You know? I mean, seeing and hearing what you've all had to go through and what my song has done, I'm really sorry. Jill, I'm really sorry.
Right. Well, I believe you mean it. I forgive you, Nick. I'll see you all on Monday, I guess.
See you, Jill.
Bye, Jill. Are you accepting new members?
We'll have to think about it, Nick, but thank you for what you said. I believe you're sorry.
No, thank you for everything. I can't thank you enough for doing what you did to give me a second chance. I'm sorry I abused the pass you gave me.
We know, Nick. Thank you.
Well, see you on Monday.
See ya. That's the reason why we gave him a second chance. Because he took it.
I guess you're right. I didn't think he was going to ask to join the committee, though. That was a surprise.
I think he really gets it now. That's why he wants to join.
Well, he certainly did seem humble. I say we let him in.
Great. Me too.
It's settled then. Unanimous approval.
John, one more thing.
Yeah,
You really don't think anyone should say it?
Sharina, I can't stop anyone from doing anything, but if I had my way, I'd never hear that fucking word again.
I'm sorry. I pressured you into the idea of the past. I don't share the same view of the word as you, but I respect yours, and I shouldn't have been so quick to make it seem like that was our only option. For the future, I think we shouldn't give out any more passes.
Well, thank God for that. All right. Thanks, Sharina. I'll see you on Monday.
See you on Monday.